Hello everyone, myself Kuntal Dashgupta. Welcome to our webinar. Today I am going to discuss entire information related to batch-wise stock management. So stay tuned with us. Before moving on to the configuration portion, let's have some clear idea about the features. Now, what do we mean by batch-wise detail? Basically, batch is a designation that we define in a product, which may consist of numerical, letter, or symbolic method also. It allows the item to trace after that item get distributed. Means we can trace the items through batch number or lot number. We can trace the stock movement of that particular item. Let's have some example on batch-wise detail. Like many industries, we can incorporate these batch-wise features. Pharmaceutical industries, there is a dairy segment industry also, food industries also. For pharma industries, we can use features in batches like expiry date, batch, and MRP system. In dairy segment, we can use manufacturing date and expiry date. For the food industries, we can use expiry date, MRP, and as well as the sale price related to that batch number. Now, what is the need of batch? Why we should use this batch, or in which sector we can use this, or what are the facilities we will get if we use these features? See, batch detail are used to identify the movement of inventories in a batch number mode, or you can say the lot number mode also. It's required primarily in the pharmaceutical industries. In pharmaceutical industry, we used to maintain batch number for the expiry detail. But apart from pharmaceutical industries, there are many other industries who can use these batch numbers, who are dealing with the peripherals goods. Now, let's have a summary related to the steps to maintain the batch number in busy software. First step is we have to go to configuration button, then we have to go to inventory part, and then from where we can enable the batch-wise detail. Second, if you want to maintain the manufacturing and expiry detail, you have to select on the configuration button of batch detail, where you can select the particularly whether you want to maintain batch number along with the expiry date or manufacturing detail. So in that case, you have to go to batch-wise configuration box, where you can get all this information or all these features, where you can select to enable whatever you want as per your requirement. Whether you want to enable the expiry date only, you should select that expiry date, or whether you want both manufacturing and expiry date, in that case you can select the both option. Now step 3 is enable batch-wise detail for the individual items. Like if a company is dealing with varieties of items, like if a company dealing with the pharmaceutical product also, and a company dealing with as well as a garment product also. So in that case, in a single company, we can define batch number on item master level. Means we can select a particular item where we want to enable the batch. So we can enable the batch on the particular item master level. Fourth step is enable sale purchase transaction and specify the item batch number. Now, as we already discussed that batch help us to trace the product with particularly lot or batch number. So in that case, we can do purchase entry with batch number or lot number, and we can also do the sale entry while adjusting the particular batch or lot number, so that we can get the exact scenario of the stock along with the batch number. Fifth step, we say that we have many batch-wise stock report, varieties of stock report we having with batch-wise, like aging report, like batch-wise closing stock, batch-wise opening stock. So we will see one by one practically in Busy. Later on, we just go through the screenshot of the steps through this presentation. First screenshot is showing the first step that we will enable from the features and option inventory and batch-wise detail. where we go to configuration portion, and under configuration portion, we will select the feature and option, and then we have to go to inventory part to enable the batch-wise detail. Next step is to, when we enable that batch-wise detail, a configure button get highlighted on your screen, under which we will get this such information or the such features, whatever you required according to your organization. If you require both the batch manufacturing date and expiry date, you can enable both. Or if you want only the expiry detail and you don't want the manufacturing date, you can select the not required button on the manufacturing date option. Along with this, there is many more warning alarms we have provided in batch configuration portion. Like if you allowing or issuing an expiry batch number, there a warning pop-up should come that this batch number has been get expired. You are doing this expiry batch number, or you are adjusting the stock of an expiry batch number. You can select the option whether you want a warning, whether you want a blocking, or you don't want any warning or blocking on this section. Next, if you want to allow the negative stock related to batch number, then you can also select from this option. Along with this, you can maintain your sale price, MRP, batch narration. Later on, we will discuss in the practical portion in Busy. These are the options we can select according to our requirement in Busy software. So you can see on your screen that there is a screenshot showing in the item master module to enable the batch number. It's basically on the particular item where we want the batch wise stock movement system. Next, this is the transaction screenshot, where you can see a purchase entry has been done with a particular batch number with included MRP, sale price, or whatever detail you want to pick or you want to fill up, along with the manufacturing date and expiry date. And then whenever you go for the sale voucher, you can adjust that batch number through drop down list. You can get the exact expiry information also in the drop down list, whether if you want to select the expiry item that is going to expire very soon, you can select on a FIFO method while doing the adjustment of batch number in the sale entry module also. Now, these are the specific reports we are providing in the batch-wise stock report. Batch-wise stock, expiry batch detail, batch-wise reference detail, on-account batch entries, batch aging. Batch-wise stock is simply the entire detail related to the stock of a particular batch number of a particular item. It will provide a tracking detail of what quantity of stock we are availing in our MC or in our material center with the particular batch number. And expiry batch will show only the expiry batch item that are going to expire or that has already get expired according to your date range. What date range you are giving in your report, it will show the expiry batch detail according to your date range. Batch-wise reference detail will show what batch number you have adjusted, on which bill you have adjusted your batch number. It will show the batch-wise reference detail. On-account batch number means what batch number you have not adjusted in the sale entry, or you have not adjusted in the out entry, whether it's a stock transfer out or it's a stock journal out or it's a sale out, where you doesn't select the batch number while a drop down list was coming on during adjustment of batch number. In this case, if you move without selecting the batch number and do the sale entry or the out entry, it will show the on-account batch entries that have not been adjusted in the bill. It will show in this report on-account batch-wise entries. Batch aging will show basically the older stock what is available in your center. From this older stock will be calculated from the date of your purchase and from the date of your selling. It will calculate according to that, from the purchase date to end date, selling date. It will capture according to that and will put the quantity on that particular slab, whether it may be 0 to 30 days or 30 to 60 months, as this slab aging will be maintained through this batch-wise aging reports. As we know that item has also a particular aging report. So along with item, we are giving a batch-wise aging report also. Now let's move on to the practical session. Let's see how we can configure batch in busy, and what are the steps that I have didn't discuss, how we should enable those steps in busy. First step was to configure the batch or to enable the batch. For that, we have to move on to administration portion and then configuration part, and then features and options. And in the features and option, we will get an inventory button. We have to click that inventory button. Under inventory, we will get a batch wise detail. Here we will get a batch wise detail. Let me highlight this option also. So you can see that it's a batch wise detail. We have enabled this batch wise detail over here. After enabling this batch wise detail, we get a configuration button get highlighted. In this configuration button, we have information related to batch detail. Whether you want the manufacturing date along with the batch number. If you want, you can maintain in a format. There is also a date format over here, like full date or month year date. Example, let's say an example, full date means suppose today is 12th August 2022. It will show 12-8-2022. If you don't want like this way, if you want in a month year format, then you can say that it will come as August 2022 means 2022. So this format will be applicable when you select this month and year format. If you go for full date format, it will come like this way, 12-8-2022. And if you don't select the no required option, then manufacturing date or column will not get enabled in your batch system box. It will maintain only the expiry date system. If you want both this box shouldn't get enabled in the batch system, then you can select both this not required button over here also. If you don't want the expiry date and as well as the manufacturing date along with the batch number. So now let's say I select both the option. I require both manufacturing date and expiry date along with the batch number. I have selected this both the option. Next, we have an option over here to allow issue of expiry batch. As I say that if I sell the expiry batch number, whether it will give a pop-up that you are selling an expiry batch item. So for that pop-up, you have to maintain an option over here. If you want a pop-up, if you want a warning, you have to select this option, allow with warning. If you don't want to allow the expiry batch to be sell out or to be stock out, then you have to select don't allow. If you want that no pop-up should come whenever I sell the expiry item, so in that case, you have to select this allow option. Let's say we kept it as allow with warning. Similarly, if the warning days or the warning period which will show, if you select the particular days, so for how many days it will show the expiry batch warning during doing the sale entry, you can put that days also over here. Allow negative stock. Here is also an option we are giving that if you want batch wise negative stock adjustment entry, if you want a pop off while doing a negative stock batch adjustment while doing the sale entry, if it show a warning, if you require a warning, you select that allow with warning option. Otherwise, you can go for don't allow also. In don't allow, it will stop selling the negative stock of a particular batch number. Other options, there are many other options like disallow carrying negative stock batch to next year. If you like, whenever we move on to next financial year, all the closing stock carried over as an opening stock. So batch have also a certain kind of closing stock that will also be move on to the next financial year as an opening stock. But we have a negative stock batch also. So if you select this option, it will disallow to carry the negative stock balance of that particular batch to the next financial year. So zero stock batches in append list. Now what this option means? It's basically means that suppose, let's say an example, I have a batch number 001. I have already purchased an item with a batch number 001, and next time I am again purchasing the same item with the same batch number, but that batch number 001 has no stock. with me because I've already purchased that 001 batch number and already have sold it out. But the batch number is available in our software. The batch number is already listed in our software. Then in that cases, we can do that. We can select whenever we go for the purchase entry for that same batch number, we can select that particular batch number while clicking that Alt P button. The append mode will get created on your screen while doing the purchase entry in the batch wise system box. Here you can get the exact batch number that is already listed in our software. You can carry on that batch number and do the entry. So it will do one thing, that it will select that the batch number that already been listed. It will select that batch number and will put a quantity for the stock purpose. So in that case, the pop-up or the drop-down list that will come in that section, it will show the batch number with zero stock also. Means if we have a batch number we have an old batch number and we are purchasing against that old batch number, in that case, if old batch number is having zero stock, it will also show while purchasing in the new entry part also. Next, enforce full quantity allocation to batch. This is a thing that will reduce, I think it will reduce some kind of human error, because many cases that has been seen that person who have been doing the billing, he used to sell the product without selecting that batch number. A batch number box used to get open, but he omitted that batch number box and do the sale entry. After that, whenever we get to audit the stock, we see that our exact stock report is showing different quantity, and our batch stock is showing a different quantity. So that mismatch comes mostly for this reason. If we select this option, enforce full allocation to batch, in that case, it's become mandatory to sell or it become mandatory to put the information in the batch box, or it become mandatory to adjust the sale according to the batch number, or to select the batch number from the drop down list. So without selecting the batch number or without adjusting the batch number, you can't save the sale entry. So it become mandatory in this case. Along with batch number, we have many information like sale price, MRP. If anybody wants a item having a different batch number, should have different sale price and different MRP, we can maintain along with sale price MRP also. Rather than this, there is another option called batch narration. This is a kind of information, or there's a kind of column you will get extra, where you can put your extra information related to that batch number. If you want to put any other detail according to that batch number, you can get a narration column over in the batch wise system box also while doing the purchase entry. So pending batch till voucher date, it will show the pending batch number till the voucher date mode also. And this is also a part of thing that disallow carrying expiry batch to next financial year. If you don't want to carry the expiry batch item to the next financial year, you have to select this option. So do not show the expiry batch for adjustment. Here, if you select this option, it will also, like you can say that it will also help to help a person, that person doesn't make any wrong entry while selecting the batch. Let's say he or she used to select the expiry batch and do the sale entry, whether he doesn't require that part. He just go on the selection part. He used to select that expiry batch and do the sale entry. That creates a problem in future. That expiry item gets sold to the customer. So if we want to stop this kind of error, or if you want to stop this kind of human error, we can use this option, so that any person who do the entry, he doesn't have a right to select that expiry batch while doing the adjustment in the sale entry. Now there is another option called allow duplicate batches. If you want a duplicate batch number for a particular item, there is an option. It will show a warning that you are using a duplicate batch number, the same of another item. For in that case, you want a warning, you can select this option. If you don't, if you select don't allow, it will not allow to fill up the duplicate batch number that already been incorporated with different items or incorporate with particular items. In that case, it will block to do the batch number duplicacy. Now let's say I've saved this option over here, and let's move on to the transaction part. First, let's say I have a purchase entry. Let's I do a purchase entry with the batch number. Now, before going on the purchase part, let's show you the master part where you can select the batch number. Here we have an option in the item module to select the batch number. Let's say Dolo 500 is an item example. Let's take it as an example. In Dolo 500, we have defined our tax category, HSN code, and other things also. And along with this, we have a batch wise detail option on the right portion. You can see whenever we enable this option, option will also get arises. This called the expiry manufacturing date required. Here we can select both, where you can maintain your both expiry and manufacturing detail along with the batch number. Or if you go for the expiry part only, then it will create a expiry column only. No manufacturing column will get created. And let's say I kept as both option over here. Next option will come called expiry month. Now, what is the facilities or what is the uses of this part? If you define the expiry month in the item, it will automatically calculate your expiry batch date in the entry part. While doing the purchase entry, let's say have an example. Let's say we do a purchase entry on 1/4/2022, and we give a expiry month of 24, and doing the entry in April. So on April 22, it will expire on March or it will expire on March 24. So we get a 2 year of expansion date, which will calculate automatically from the date of purchase. If we fill up this, or if we put a 12-month or let's say 24-month expiry month number over here. Let's say I save this option and go to the transaction part. First, I do the purchase entry. I given a date of 1/4/2022, and then I put some voucher number over here. Let's have purchase type like item wise. Let's select the party over here. Like as I select Busy Infotech as a party, select the material center where the stock will get reflect. Then the item part, where I used to select the item, and then we put the quantity. Let's say I put the quantity of 10 pieces. In 10 pieces, whenever I put the quantity of 10 pieces, a batch number box will get pop off in our screen, where we have to put our actual batch number. We can put it over here also, where you can see, let's say I have a batch number of D01. For D01, the quantity got 10 pieces in the quantity column. Along with this, I put a MRP over here. Let's suppose 150, and the sale price is 145. Let's example. Here you can see that your expiry date is calculated automatically from the purchase bill date. Our purchase bill date is 1/4/2022, and our expiry date is automatically calculated as March 2024, as I have provided 24-month in the item master module as an expiry date calculation. So it will capture from the item master and will put it on our entry module. Let's provide some example price 123 or something. After that, I select enter. It will it will calculate our taxation portion also, and you can do the save into. You can do the save over here. So my purchase entry has been done, and after I do the purchase entry, whenever I go for the sale in sale, we have two type of section called as a retail section and normal distributions, or you can say the trading section. Now, in between these two sections, we have a configuration portion in the entry part. In retail section, we are providing a scanning option in the batch number. like say both many companies says that I want to scan the batch number and track the item in the sale entry. I don't want to select the item manually, or I don't want to select the batch number manually. It should be selected, or it should be scanned through my scanner and can get automatically tracked in my entry level. In that cases, we should go for a pause mode system in the sale entry module, where you can see that. I show you the option over here. Whenever let's suppose I have created one series with pause. Here I configure the pause system. Here you can see that I have configured the pause system, where I can set here the pick batch number from the barcode. So in this case, our batch number will be captured from the barcode also. So this is mainly usable in the retail sector, retail pharmaceutical sector. They use the scanner to maintain, or they use the scanner to track the item while doing the sale entry part. So let's say save this option over here. And first of all, I show you the normal portion, then I will go for the detail portion. In the normal portion, you will see, let's do with the standard portion. First, I select the main series, as main series is connected with the normal part. Here, I select taxation type like item wise. Then I select as a trial company like India Mart. After that, I used to select the material center from where I want to reduce the stock, or I want to decrease the stock. So I select the main store over here. I select that particular item that I have already purchased. Here I put a quantity of let's suppose 5. After that, I will get an option over here to adjust the stock. Whenever press the enter button, it will show the drop down list along with the expiry detail. Now, like suppose if Dolo 500 have multiple batch numbers with multiple expiry date, it will show in the drop down list with multiple batch number, and on the top it will ascend. This drop down list will be ascending in such a FIFO method, like which batch number will be expiring soon, that batch number will be pop up first. That batch number will be move on the first part in the ascending mode, because we are providing a batch number adjustment in a FIFO method. So whatever expiry batch is going to expire soon, we can adjust that expiry item first. After that, we can do others batch adjustment. So we are giving an option to select that particularly batch number to which we want to make the adjustment. The sale price is coming as I have already selected, or as I have already inserted that sale price in the purchase entry model while doing the purchase entry. Along with this, I will also get the manufacturing date and the expiry date also. So I'm getting the entire information over here. In the normal system, I used to select, in the normal system, I have to manually select the item, I have to manually adjust the batch number, and have to do the entry. If I go with the retail concern, if I go in a retail mode, let's say I go with the retail mode in a pause mode. In this case, everything is fixed. You reduce your entry timing level. It's capture the entire detail related to batch number and item through scanning, where I can scan. Let's say I have scanned and my batch number is D01. Whenever I put the D01 or I scan that D01 number, item detail will automatically get captured. The item, the HSN code, the MRPs, the complete batch number detail, let's say this one. So I don't need to have selection manually. This batch number, it will get captured automatically through my scanning system. So these are used mostly in the retail sector. So if I save this, if I save the entry, here we will see the party name, address, whatever detail, which party will be purchasing, or we can mention his or her name, and you can do the detail entry. If we go for the designing portion, we can configure according to our organization requirement. In this designing portion, we can pick the batch number detail also. Let's say we have to design configure according to the requirement. Let's show you the design first. See, this is a dummy design where we are showing to you. Here you can see a description of Dolo 500 with batch number, expiry, and others thing. This is a half page format design. This can be configured according to your requirement. In the normal mode, let's say if I go with the normal mode, in normal mode, the design structure is also defined. I will show you in the normal design structure in a standard A4 format also. Let's see. Let's select the party over here. Let's take the same item Dolo. Suppose 2 pieces I am selling with the batch number of D01. Now, if I want to put any discount, I can put over discount over here to calculate my exact price. Now, let's see the dummy format that we have designed batch. So here you can see all that we have configured a design as per the industry required, and it can be more configurable according to your requirement. Here you can see that we have captured the pack, the batch number, the manufacturing, the expiry, entire information related to the entries. So these are configurable part. Design is fully configurable. You can configure according to your requirement. These are the sample format that I have shown to you. Now let's check the related reports. As I have done the sale and the purchase entry, not only sale purchase, if you do with the do the stock transfer entry, you can also do the stock transfer entry through batch adjustment also. Means if you want to move the batch number, particularly item batch number from one godown to another godown, you can adjust the batch number in the stock transfer portion also if you have multiple godown. If you are on a production module, if you if you manufacture the item with a certain lot number, you can do the production entry with batch number selection also, or batch number allocation also. So each and every entry related to item that having a particularly batch number enable on that item master, every entry will show you a pop-up button, or will display you a batch wise box where you can select your batch number, or you can mention your batch number and do the entry. Whether it may be sale entry, it may be purchase entry, it may be stock transfer entry, it may be production entry, or it may be stock general entry. Whatever entry having particularly item batch number, we can do selection over here on those entries. Now, let's move on to the reporting portion. Like I say, batch number reporting has many kind of variances we are having with in the busy software. First reporting is batch wise stock. In this batch wise stock, you can get the entire information related to a particular batch number, that how much or how much many quantity is available in our center on that item's particularly batch number. Let's say you want a summary report, you can go with the summary report. If you want an entry wise detail, means what date or what entry number it has get in, and what date or what entry number it has get out, that particular batch number, you can get entry wise detail. Let's take first entry wise detail. Here you can select your end date from till date you want to see the report. If you want a full voucher detail, you can click over here. If you want a detail related to pending expiry or all, if you want select all, it will show the expiry related entries also, the pending entries also. Pending means the adjustment or adjustment entries also. Here you can get the detail over here that this Dolo 500 with the party batch number, expiry date has been quantity in this, quantity has been out over 3 piece, under which sale it has been get adjusted. It's showing the adjustment detail also. It's showing the adjustment detail also over here in this batch wise stock detail. If we move on to the summary part, then it will show the only the stock in and stock out and the closing balance of that particular batch number. Let's say you want to see the pending or want to see the expired. If you want to see the pending, it will show the pending quantity, means how much pending quantity is available in our material center. Let's say I have purchased 10 and I have sell. If I press the enter button, it will show that I have purchased 10 and I have sell out 3. Then I have 7 quantity piece of stock with that particular batch number. So it will show only the pending quantity. Now, if we want, if I want to check or if I want to audit the entire expiry batch item, how could I get from the busy software? Is there any option to find what are the items that are getting expired or that has already got expired? Yes, you can get this option. You can get through batch wise report on the expiry batches detail. Here, whenever you select this option, it will pop up for a selection of one item or group of item or all item. You can select one item also, or you can select only group of item mode also. So let's say we go with the one item mode. It's showing detail like till date and date range. Till date means up to date, as on date. Date range, I am setting a date range that from this date to this date, I want an expiry batch detail. So if I go for the till date, I will select till date. If I go with the date range, I will go for date range. Here I say that if I set a date of like suppose 12/8/2022, whether it's showing any expiry detail, it is not showing any expiry date, because at this date, at the expiry end date, there is no item that has been got expired. Let's say, suppose I make it 2020 2024, it will show, because I have set an expiry month of 24 month. It captured from the purchase date that your expired batch number will get expired on the let's say suppose March 2024. If I checking the report till March or if I checking the report till 12/8/2024, then it will show that your batch, this batch item is going to expire, or this batch item expiry date is March 2024. So it's showing expired item. As I am showing as on date, as I am showing in the expiry date with the date range of 2024. So it is showing that it has been expired. It is showing that this batch number is expired. If I change the date to our financial date, like suppose 2022 to 2023, it will not show that this batch number is expired, because it is not normally it is not expired, because 2024 has not come yet. So in that case, it will help us to audit, or it will help us to track the entire expiry batch items from this report. So like batch wise reference detail, we will get the entire reference number or batch wise reference number, like say suppose D01. If we want to get entire detail of a particular batch number from on this batch number, when I have purchased, what kind of entries we have done a purchase entry or a sale entry, on what date we have done, what was the party name. So entire detail will come on a particular batch reference number. We can get this option through our, we are also providing an option called batch wise search engine on the query system. Through this batch wise searching engine, you can also capture, or you can get the entire detail about a particular batch number. Here I also can mention my batch number. From here you can also get the detail. So you can get this detail from the query system, query on item batch also, or you can get this detail from here also. So we have given two options to check the particular batch number wise entire history or entire scenario. Now batch wise aging. This batch wise aging is basically a thing that define how old batch wise stock is available in your godown. So this slab's date or the old date, how it get calculated? It get calculated from the purchase date, or it get calculated from the quantity in date, you can say. So in that case, if you see as an example, if I select the end date, like suppose 12 at, I have done a purchase bill on 1/4. So from 1/4 to 12 at, how old the batch number is going? It will say that it is going on 121 to 150 days slab. It's going on the older slab of 121 to 150 days, because from if you calculate from 1/4 means 1st April to August 22, it is coming on 121 to 150 days slab rate. If I exceed, or if I extend the date, like suppose I say I extend it to it will also come in 121 to 150. If I reduce the date, like suppose, and I want to see as on status 34202, it will come on 0 to 30 days. So the slab system get occur according to your date specification. Now the another report that we are providing in the batch-wise system is called on-account batch entries. That I've already explained, that on-account batch entries come due to if anybody who is doing the sale entry or who is doing the purchase adjustment entry, whether through sale or through stock journal or any other adjustment module, here if he or she doesn't select or doesn't adjust the batch number from the drop down list, it will get trace, or it will get track on this on account batch entries. Here it will show that particular batch number that has not been adjusted in any entries. If you want to see voucher wise, it will show voucher wise. Under voucher wise, if you want to see in a single item mode, or if you want to see in all item mode, you can see according to your requirement. You can filter the report, you can specify your end date, and you can get the entire information related to on account batch that has not been adjusted in any module, any entry. I've already adjusted the batch number in sale through drop down list, so it's not coming in the report. If any batch number that has not been adjusted through drop down list in sale or any other stock journal module through consumption or through production, it will get a reflect on this report. So these are all practical things that we have incorporated in busy software related to batch wise. That will hope that it will help you a lot through this webinar. And some common question arises in our mind related to this batch number. Let's take up that common question. So first question that mostly arises in our mind, that can we maintain same batch number with different item? That I've said that already shown that you can, if you allow that duplicate batch number, you can maintain that same batch number in different item also. Yes, you can maintain if you allow that duplicate batch number that I have shown in the configuration button. Can we scan batch number to pick item name? Yes, you can scan that batch number to pick the entire detail related to item as well as the batch number also through your scanner. If we go on the pause mode system, and if we enable that picked item from the scanning, if we enable that option in the pause mode module, you can capture the batch number through scanning. Can we see the batch-wise aging report? Yes, you can see the batch-wise aging report according to your date range. It will reflect on the slab. whatever slab you have been set in the busy software, whether from 0 to 30 or 30 to 31 or 60 to 65, whatever slab you have set, it will reflect on that column, particularly slab column, according to the date range that comes from the purchase or that comes from the quantity in date range. Can we maintain batch MRP wise sale price separately? Yes, you can maintain batch MRP and sale price separately, because an item may have multiple batch number, multiple lot number. That item may have multiple batch number. Along with that multiple batch number, they may have particularly MRP of that particular batch number. So along with the batch number, you can maintain MRP and sale price simultaneously. Can we maintain batch wise sale price and MRP? Yes, you can maintain sale price along with MRP in batch number also. Means you can also maintain sale price along with the MRP in batch number. So these are the common question we already have shared with you. Rather, if any kind of queries come on your mind related to batch number, you can contact our busy expert and our help desk number. It's 8282828282. I repeat, it's a 5-time 8282828282. So any kind of queries, any kind of doubts if you have in your mind related to batch number, you can contact our busy expert. It's a simple help desk number. It's 5-time 82. So I think I have conveyed the detail properly to you all. Will then thank you all for being a part of this webinar. We'll come with many more features. Till then, bye to all. Thank you. Any queries if you have, you can also share in our chat box right now. We will take up.